Welcome back to Marta from Sparta. Today the opening is with my teddy boy because the Junior has big announcement. The Junior lost his baby teeth today. Yay! We pull it out. He was struggling and we pulled his baby teeth and he's a happy, very tired boy right now, so he's very cranky. I'm gonna put him on the very important seat in my studio. It's my sewing seat. So he can take a nap and we can talk for a minute. Today it's very exciting video because today we are addressing something for all my Magnolia Pearl lovers. And it's not accident, I am wearing hat. It's not because we have a snow day in Sparta. It's gorgeous, by the way, today. Gorgeous, I couldn't help myself and I had to go and take multiple pictures and videos because it's winter wonderland. So I didn't plan it this way, that it's gonna be actually snowing and so gorgeous outside and I'm gonna wear a winter hat. But yes, today we're gonna make this Magnolia Pearl hat and I'm gonna show you how to make it under $20. So this was my test piece and I made quite a few of them and my husband helped me during our winter break. We were actually playing with it. And don't worry, if you do not know how to knit, you don't have to know. I just know how to do basic knitting, but I still didn't use like a regular knitting needles and did the hat. My husband even, which never touched the knitting, he knit a scarf for me and he knit a hat for me. And making 3 hats, it took me 1 hour and then additional hour to make a scarf if you want to make a scarf. So let me start from the beginning. Let's go. So what I did, I purchased this machine on Amazon and I said I'm gonna give it a try. And I could knit the hat like a basic stitch. I could knit a hat by my hand, but it's gonna take a way longer. If you're gonna use this machine, it actually takes 20 minutes to make a hat. Right? Also, it depends how big your hat you want to be. I'm gonna tell you that we were kind of playing with it in the beginning because I wanted to give you exact information. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos about it. This is like a double layer hat. So you have to fold it twice to have this kind of like a bulky and fun look. So I'm not gonna tell you how to use this machine because machine comes with the directions and instructions in a tiny video. I'm just telling you that if you're gonna use it, you're gonna make 3 hats per hour. So that's the hat which I made using the machine, and I made 3 because I wanted to see how many I can make, and I needed 1 as a test piece. I needed 1 as to record the video for you to show you how to actually make it, and I have 1 extra just because I made 1 extra, I have a yarn left. So this is like a double hat and I tied it. You basically do 150 rows, believe me or not, this is 150 rows. You fold it half and you tie it and you're getting this nice double very thick hat. And also it varies how wide the rim you want it to have, so you can play with it. Mine all hats have 150 rows and with a wider rim it's 170 rows. The rim you want it. So basically what you do, you're gonna set up machine using the QR code which they have. It's a very short, very easy video, and you sit and watch the show and you basically just spin the wheel and there is a counter over there and you just actually follow the counter, and once you're gonna have 150 rows for the smaller rim like this and you're happy with the rim like that, you're gonna basically stop, you're gonna cast off, and it's gonna also show you how to cast off. It sounds like rocket science, but it's really not. If you're gonna watch the video, instructional video for this machine, it's super straightforward and super easy, and there is like no really much science involved in it. Everyone can do it. My husband's mom, she's a knitter, and she's probably like right now cringing like, oh my god, machine, right, Janet? You're probably like, how you use the machine? Everyone. But if you just want to make a simple hat for this specific project, I guess I don't have a time to hand knit. It takes really long time to hand knit for me because I don't have experience yet. So that's why I decided to use the machine. So I bought a yarn, believe me or not. I bought this yarn. Maybe I have some samples over here or not. No, I don't, because I used everything. Oh, I do. Actually, I do. I saw it. That's a leftover. I bought this yarn, this fluffy, beautiful yarn, which matches almost exactly Magnolia Pearl hat on AliExpress. I paid for each spool $1.99. It's crazy. It's very delicate. It's very beautiful and fluffy. I don't have experience with yarn, so I don't even know what that is, but I was going for the similar look as Magnolia Pearl, $1.99. So basically 1 spoon of yarn, 1 ball of yarn, gonna make you 1 hat. And because I didn't have experience, how much yarn takes for hat, how much how much you need to make a double hat. I had nothing about it. I had to learn from zero. I bought, I think, 4 or 5 spools. So what I did, I made 3 hats. One hat had 150 rows and 2 hats 170 rows. And I made double tube scarf, so it's gonna actually go with the hat. And my husband made me this scarf, which is actually more like, I wanted to have something cute like this, just very like light, just as a detail, actually as accessory, not a. So let me take you to the desk, to my desk, and I'm gonna show you this magic happening in no time. Making one hat, it's using machine, it's gonna take you about 20 minutes. Funny fact about it, one letter takes an hour to do it. And the most challenging part for me to make those letters was actually to be sloppy. I had really hard time to be sloppy, because if you're gonna look at the inspiration image, all the stitches are very sloppy. They're not even, they're like all over the place. I had really hard time to make it sloppy, because I start to go in a very nice and even rows, and that's not the case over here if you want to copy that. So let me take you to my desk right now, and we're gonna discuss how to make it step by step once you have your hat done. The case over here. Alrighty, and I think this is not the part of the video, and I think the biggest challenge over here for me, it was to find a yarn is pretty similar. We don't have to do exactly same hat as Magnolia Pearl, but if you notice, they did like a very soft pastel colors as a base, and then they did like a very vibrant sign love, and on top of that, if you want to do exactly what they're doing, they use actually patches in the back. I don't want to do patches, I wanted to go as simple as possible, and I loved combination of the soft pastels with actually very vibrant color. As an artist, I really appreciate the color combinations, and I really appreciate Magnolia Pearl's color choices. So how did I approach it as a person who doesn't need? As I said, I purchased the machine, and then I bought something which is called stick and stitch. And what happened is this is printable. So if you're not too crafty, if you're not too handy, you can actually print design or sign love on your printer using this exact paper. And I didn't print it, I just draw it myself. I'm okay with doing this type of things by my hand, but if you want to, you can just basically find some font which you like on Canvas, Photoshop, or just generic sign love, and just print it on this paper. And you have to read directions how to use it and how to put it in the printer, because every printer is also different, and this will dissolve. So this is just to help you to stay in lines and keep your design the way it's supposed to be, right? So this will dissolve. Once you're done stitching, you just basically stick on fabric, and then you basically rinse away stitches. You basically put it in a water for a few minutes, and then the fabric, this part, will just dissolve and disappear, and it will leave you just with stitches. You do not have to use that. Also, you could potentially somehow sketch on the hat. I don't know how, because this is yarn, but potentially you could also like a sketch on the hat. That's another option. Or if you're really good at it, you can just do it freehand, like I'm doing painting. I didn't feel comfortable doing that because, as I said, I'm learning how to do and play with the yarn. This is not my field yet, but I'm very interested in exploring this department. So I use that, and as I said, I basically just use my pencil and I draw. So the hat which I am wearing, I used basically the whole like a patch, like I patched the sticked it on my hat, and I was basically following the lines, and I loved how the hat came out. And the other hat which I am making for presentation, I decided to do single letters. So let me show you what I mean by that. Instead of doing a full sign like this, I just drafted like a few letters, and the ones which I liked the most I actually used. So I went ahead and I did LOV already, and I left letter E to show you how it actually works. So this is self-stick. So you basically peel the back of it once you print or draw your design. You just basically peel it off, and I have to say that I was very impressed how nicely it sticks to the hat. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just gonna place it on the hat just like that, and it stays, and it actually stays, which I thought like, oh my god, this is a yarn, it's not gonna stick to it. Yes, it does stick to it. It's pretty awesome how it works. Which colors you want to do with your sign, love, it's up to you. I'm just showing you how to make something similar to inspiration image. I found this in Michael's, and I found this color on Amazon. So I thought that one is too vibrant, but it also works. So these two are coming from the Michael's, and this one is from Amazon. And that's the one which I'm actually having on the hat over here, this combination. I was considering doing that, but I was thinking that maybe it's gonna be too much of neons. And if you're gonna look at the inspiration image, it's a nice kind of balance with having something super neony and less neony. So I'm gonna put this one back on. There we go. And once you're gonna have your yarn, and I can link the AliExpress website, but I actually looked at AliExpress, they don't have this yarn anymore, but they have similar ones. And I found the biggest needle I could find in my household. This one is pretty huge, guys. But I also had those needles, which are like cross stitch needles, and I tried to use this one, but I'm gonna have to say it has the dull end, very dull end, and it's really hard to go through this paper. If you're gonna be using this paper, this needle's not gonna work. So basically you have to find something which is fairly big. See, I was using this one, but I was struggling. I even bent one, so this is a garbage actually. This one was too dull. I couldn't go through the through this fabric. I really had a hard time. So I finally decided to look for, oh, here you go, for the needle which has like a, it's big eye, but it's sharp, and that was super easy. So my mother-in-law, she actually recently gave me something for a different project, and it helps me actually to push the yarn through it. So you're gonna thread your needle just like that, very simple. You have to cut as much as you want, and you can keep adding that. That's not a problem. You don't have to do it in one piece. And I'm gonna do a close-up and show you what I actually do now. Okay, obviously we're going through both layers, and you can start anywhere you want to start. But remember, the whole, if you're gonna look at inspiration image, the whole point is to not be neat, unless you want to be neat. So I was trying to not be neat, if you see on the letter V or O or letter L. So I just basically just go through this paper, and forget the outline over here, because I decided that I want letter to be a little bit thicker. So my design, it's where exactly the outline of the paper is. And it takes a practice a little bit, because if you're gonna actually squeeze or pull too hard, you're gonna actually wrinkle the fabric. And I just go just like that, and I'm being very gentle, because I don't want to actually do that, right? Because then the hat loses the shape. I'm gonna loosen it up now. There you go. And I just basically fill the whole design. And as I mentioned before, then if you're gonna have this paper visible, you can put your hat in the water. Directions comes with this paper. I'm gonna link everything in the description below. What did I buy? And if you don't want to use it, it's also fine. I just did whatever works for me. And as I said, I don't have experience that much with knitting yet, so I was trying to use all tools which I could possibly use on the budget to make this hat looking really good and make this whole process super easy for me, including this machine. Machine I purchased on Amazon. They are super cheap, but you can also buy one in Michael's or any craft store. They are everywhere, literally everywhere. And if you don't want to use the machine, they also sell, it's kind of like a wheel. And I will also show you like what I'm talking about in screen next to me. And the wheel is not, it's also super easy, but you're not spinning. You have to use your own hands, and depends how much time you have on your hands. I also use this wheel, and I have this wheel in my craft closet to make scarves of super easy hats and super fast hats. So the wheel is super easy. It takes a little bit more time than this spinning wheel. I was actually chasing the time to make this video, and I had a lot of projects juggling right now. That's the only reason why I use the wheel. If I would have more time, I would definitely use the wheel, which I already have. I already made few hats using that, and it's also for people who don't know how to knit. Even children use this wheel to make their hats and scarves for fun as a craft project. So I will link that in the description below, because if you're working on the budget, then probably it would be a good idea to buy that one. And if you are not on the time crunch, then it's better option as far as the budget goes. All right, so basically that's what we're doing. We just keep going and we're just filling up the space. And again, we're trying to be not neat and go like a back and forth, so the stitches are not even, they're not pretty, they're not supposed to be pretty, I guess. I mean, as the project itself, they are very pretty, because the fact that they are not neat makes this hat look so fun and funky, right? So that's all as far as filling up the letters go. And then I'm gonna show you how to outline the letter, because we don't have to sit here for hours. You guys get a basic idea. I like to hold everything down and sometimes just stretch out the hat, because I don't want the hat, as I show you, to pull it. So I'm gonna keep working on this one, and I'm gonna show you on letter L how I do the outline. Alrighty, it's exactly the same concept. I'm just gonna take my outline, and I'm going with this pastel yellow over here, and we're gonna thread the needle. And for this specific outline and the thickness of the yarn I have and the inspiration image, if you're gonna take all these factors under consideration, you have to double it up. So I'm basically gonna thread that through, and I'm going to double it up just like that. I'm gonna make a knot at the end and cut the excess of the yarn, and I'm gonna make it nice and neat. Here we go. And it's also same concept as letters over here. You don't try to be neat, just don't try to be neat. So I have to finish letter A. Let's forget about the letter A, and I'm gonna start from the bottom. You can start from any part of the letter you want, and you basically just go around the edges. And this is like 2 minutes. Just making the letter, it took me an hour, each letter. But then basically you cannot be neat with the length of your stitches. They have to be different lengths. And then I'm gonna come out some random spot over here. And also don't make it too tight, don't pull it, because you're gonna make it really like looking not the greatest if you're gonna pull it too much. So make sure you're gonna stretch it out, and yarn is sitting very relaxed here. And I think the paper, this sticky paper which I showed you, helps a lot from you being too tight, because it keeps you kind of like, it helps you keep your composure. Like, don't pull it too tight, because then you're gonna wrinkle the hat. So it was very helpful for me. So as you see over here, if I would not talk that much, I would be probably done already with a letter L. And I'm gonna show you how to do the whole letter L over here. And then I'm gonna put you on the time lapse, and we're gonna do letter O. So you're basically making some nice spaces over here, which are again different length. Make sure the yarn is relaxed. There we go. I'm gonna hold my hat down. There we go. And as you can already see it, right? It looks already great. Oops, that's my letter E getting in a way. Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous outside, guys. Like, I'm looking through the window and it's magical. And I'm going around. I'm gonna pull it out a little bit because it's not that visible. And I'm gonna go right in the corner here. And again, you do you. Just don't be neat. The whole idea is don't be neat. And I'm gonna close it somewhere here. And I'm gonna come out. Oh, that's probably, I have to come out earlier because we have to pass my first stitch. And now, see, I'm just gonna meet, not even exactly, and go a little bit farther out than the first stitch is. If you're gonna look at the inspiration image, they're trying to make it look sloppy. And I don't wanna have it too much, to be too tense over here. Now again, I'm just gonna come out a little bit farther than the other stitch ended. And again, I pulled it a little bit too hard over here, so I'm gonna relax this stitch. Is that this? Yeah. There we go. Looking great, right? Just like that, a little bit farther. Got a little bit tangled here. See, like, I made like tiny room, but I made the stitches over here, which is fine because, again, I'm trying to be sloppy. I'm trying to get this hippie, sloppy look. And then, again, we're going around until we're gonna meet the first stitch we ever made and close the whole loop. And you know, we're not trying to copy what Magnolia did. It's just, she's just beautiful inspiration. I just want to show you, if you like this style, how actually fun snow day project it could be. And you can drink a cocoa and watch the movies. And basically you don't have to pay that much attention to the hat, because the less attention you pay actually to it, the better it's gonna come out, because it's supposed to be looking slappy. And I'm gonna literally skip this one. Just like that. And I pulled it too hard because I don't want to keep you guys waiting. But I also want to show you how I'm going to jump to letter O. There we go. Looking slappy, looking great. I think the biggest challenge to me, it was just to be slappy. That was the biggest challenge. And now I'm doing better because this is my second hat I'm doing. So I actually got the concept how to get there. So what I'm going to do right now, because I still have a yarn on my needle left, and the letters are fairly close to each other, from this point I'm just gonna go jump in to letter O. I'm just gonna fix that tiny thing over here, and I'm just gonna go same way around the letter O. And if I would have enough yarn, I pulled it too hard again, and that's the great part about it, you can pull it out. And I'm just gonna go around letter O. Probably it will be enough yarn just to go around O once. And if you put enough yarn on your, if you're gonna thread your needle with enough yarn, you probably can do all letters at the same time, because you place them fairly close. So I'm gonna finish letter O and I'm gonna show you next step. Alrighty, so once the hat is completed and everything is outlined, I'm gonna get you guys a little bit closer here. And this is like totally optional step. My plan is to use fabric fusion and some glitter. So what I plan to do, I'm gonna put a tiny blob of the fabric fusion. Not much, because we really don't need much. I'm gonna show you from this angle. So I put it like tiny bit over here, and I'm using gold stars, and these are like clear stars, but on the camera they come out kind of like neon green. And what I'm gonna do right now, this is my hat, I'm gonna grab like a tiny bit of glue on the needle, and I'm going to leave like a tiny blob over here. And again, I'm gonna do few of them like in random places, just like that. And this glue doesn't dry fast, so you guys have a time to react. And I just don't want too much. And again, this is very personal. You guys don't have to do every step. This step is absolutely optional. And I put like a few blobs of this, and the glue dries clear, so it's not going to be visible. So I place the glue, and now I'm gonna pick up with the needle one star at the time. And because it's not that many, and I'm gonna literally place it on top of that clear blob of glue and just push it down so it's gonna sit. And I'm gonna do it again in every spot I left the glue. And probably there's a lot of different ways to do it. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do tiny, beautiful glitter stars, which are gonna make like a fairy just blew a beautiful fairy dust on my hat, because that's what the hat on Magnolia Pearl image looks like. And I'm gonna say that on their image they probably just sprinkler a glitter just for the shot. I don't think it's permanent glitter there at all. I think it's just for the picture, to make the picture of the hat more magical. I want my hat to have this glitter placed kind of permanently, but I just want like a few dots here and there, and I chose the stars because I think stars are so pretty and magical instead of just a glitter. But again, this is your hat. I'm doing what I like for myself, and you guys can do whatever you guys wish based on the feedback I'm giving you. And the glue doesn't dry immediately, and I just wanted like a few sparkles here and there to make this beautiful pop. And I'm gonna take the hat outside in a few hours once it's dry, and we can take a look at it, because it's literally magical outside. And I'm gonna say, alrighty, and we all set, and I can show you my magic outside, because today it's snow day, and that's how the hat actually presents itself in daylight. And I'm not sure if you can guys see the sparkles, but I just added them, and I think we need to stand in like really a lot of sun to get this sparkle going, and it's super freezing, but that's what I was talking about. And the scarf which my husband made for me, and I am pretty stoked. So I think you should try this project, and I'm gonna show you both options how to make a hat in case you don't know how to knit. And the other thing is, you can always buy a hat or use the old hat and just do the patches yourself. So that was super easy project, super fun. I hope my dog is not gonna pee right in the camera when I'm talking. What do you guys think? So it was fairly easy project, I have to say, even you don't know knitting. And again, if you don't want to knit, just buy the hat, buy the random hat, which has colors you like, and just do the patches and have fun and be slappy. And here you go. Hopefully the sun will come out so I can show you the sparkle on the hat. And I hope you like this video. I am freezing here, so I'm gonna go outside, and I'm gonna see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. And hey, if you have expensive taste like me and you want to keep your bank account happy as well, this is the right place for you. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week.